It's raining, guys, so I'm taking refuge underneath the trees. Perfect mood for what people are feeling at the moment. Apparently, guys, XRP slash Ripple caused the pause and all the commotion in the market. And guys, I've been looking around to try and find a reason why the market dumped. And honestly, there is no particular reason. I couldn't find anything at all. The only thing, of course, is, again, the pauses, Ripple's license pause, even Circle's license was paused. So I assume the people, got spooked. Traders got spooked. If anything, things actually looking good for the U.S. markets. Yeah, some good news from macros. Deals made with Japan, etc. So, if anything, we should have seen the market tick up a little bit. XRP specific news, there was some good news, like the ones I shared yesterday. So, there's no reason why things should have plummeted the way they did. Apparently, there's some sit down meeting today at the SEC, so we may well hear some positive news, and we may well see a massive recovery because of that. But as it is now, I think it was just the market makers and whales that took the opportunity to liquidate longs because, all they need is a little bit of FUD, and then they'll use that to trigger, the stop losses, etc. So basically, even the XRP haters now must admit that there's something special about XRP, because why is it being treated differently to other tokens? I mean, if you consider that bucket that was approved, then paused, right? None of those cryptos on there have legal clarity in the same way XRP does. Ripple has been through the courts with XRP, and the SEC. Well, the courts have decided that it's not a security, XRP that is. The SEC are going to drop the case. I mean, they basically come together to say we're dropping the case. So that's not the problem. It's not a securities problem. There has got to be some sort of legal clause, some regulatory clause that they're not happy with, or something different. Wow, it's really raining now. Let me make this quick before I damage my phone. I think my phone is waterproof anyway, so I can carry on. It's England, it's supposed to rain. Anyway, where was I? So XRP is definitely different. There's something different about XRP. So I am looking forward to the outcome of today's closed door meeting. Mind you, the SEC does have semi-regular meetings behind closed doors. Not everything that they do is public, and not every closed door meeting that they have is related to crypto, or particularly to Ripple or XRP or ETFs or what have you. They do have other things doing. They do regulate other things. So it might just be a periodic, sit down that they were going to have anyway. But, you can't help but speculate that there's something huge coming. And, the exchanges are not allowed, they're not about to let all these, 200x leverages make it that big and bankrupt them effectively, right? Because remember, the leverage trades are traded against the exchange. So that is in the exchange interest that you get liquidated. So again, I haven't been affected. Some of you guys said that you had stop losses that were triggered or what have you. Let me wipe the water from here. As long as you salvaged your capital, right? I assume some of you are probably already in profit. You salvage your capital, that's fine. You can enter spot and regain that when the price goes back up. I mean, obviously, I'm still dollar cost averaging, even though I said yesterday that I'm set, I'm ready to go. But that doesn't mean that my dollar cost averaging is over. I'm still doing that. So when I checked the liquidations, I saw that both XRP and Ethereum were the two most liquidated tokens. Ethereum has been heavily liquidated in the past few days anyway, because people were so incredibly bullish about Ethereum, and people were putting ridiculous long orders because, if you think about it, Ethereum is still quite far behind Bitcoin, in its all-time high. If Ethereum were even to achieve its previous all-time highs, then you're looking at a really good gain, right? Especially if you put 100x or 200x leverage then you're looking at a pretty juicy, pump, some serious gains. So obviously, institutional traders, Wall Street guys, big guys with the big money will put in massive long trades on the retail end. But market makers, well, let's take some of this money off of you guys. Same with XRP. There's a feeling of something imminent, right? And we can see it, right? We can see it. That something massive is coming. So that is reflected in how people feel. And of course, people want to make money, so they're going to put leverage trades that very, very long. Wiped out. Now, what I think is going to happen next is the sentiment, some of which have switched to bearish. By the way, we're still in greed on the index, right? So even though the market has taken such a sharp downturn, people are still very, very positive, and we're still in greed. Slightly lagging indicator, obviously. By tomorrow, it might be neutral, maybe even fear, depending on what happens today. But I think that we're going to see people put a whole bunch of short orders in to try and recoup some of their money or try and ride this wave. And I think that's a mistake. Not financial advice, do your own research, but I think those shorts are going to be absolutely wiped out and liquidated as we see green candles incoming imminently. I am here for those green candles, and I can't wait to see them across the board. I can't wait till I fire up my crypto bubbles and I see giant green bubbles, and XRP be one of them. Anyway, let me get indoors. I've got to find somewhere indoors first. I'm out way in the park somewhere. So yeah, out in nature, natural things happening. This is England, so yes, it does rain. Yeah, and the vegetation really needed it, to be honest. Everything was brown and dying. All the flowers were sort of falling, withering. But now I can see some green sprouting all over the place. It's very nice. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.